Many women find they settle into their new role as mother at home with a new baby better than they ever imagined they would. But it's possible to feel isolated from the rest of the world, which is why sometimes the best present you can give a new mother is to introduce her to other new mothers in her neighbourhood. Talking to them, you may find you share common anxieties and experiences which will reassure you that your feelings are normal. Meeting people with whom you have things in common is an important part of looking after yourself, and providing you enjoy it should be seen as an important part of your life with your new baby, and not as a trivial activity only to be squeezed in if you have time. Apart from anything else, your baby will also enjoy meeting new friends before many months have passed, and this is an excellent way to begin her social life as well.
You see? The little baby. You have a cup drink then.
I think there are two very important things. One is being in the same boat, because we're always, all of us, secretly wondering, is everybody better at this than me? Is everybody's baby better behaved than mine? Am I a hopeless parent? Is this a hopeless baby? And nothing deals with that better than talking with other people who are in the same boat. Because if your baby's terrible, somebody else's baby will be worse in that respect and better in another. There's also the sheer joy of social contact and remembering that you are an adult, having somebody other than a baby to talk to.
The normal tiredness experienced by most new mothers is inevitably compounded when there is more than one baby involved. Almost all mothers of twins or more find the first 3 months after the birth a very difficult period. They may feel they are feeding and changing babies perpetually, while the rest of their life is in a state of chaos all around them. They will need plenty of support. If you're on your own and you're a single parent, you'll probably find you're trying to fill both parental roles for your baby, even if your baby sees her father regularly or visits grandparents or friends. However supportive your family may be, you've still got to cope with the day-to-day by yourself. You could think of joining a support group like Gingerbread, which organises local self-help groups for single parents.
If there's only you and a baby, particularly if there's only you and a baby, say from 7:30 in the morning till 7:30 at night, your options for relaxation, your options for the relief of stress, your options for personal space can be horribly limited. Because while all babies do sleep in the day, they have a particularly nasty way of doing it for 20 minutes at a time. New babies don't need full-time attention from an adult. But on the other hand, they're very good at not giving an adult any useful spaces of time for doing anything else between demands. Shared care, networking, I can't think of anything more important to set up in pregnancy, other than good delivery care and all that, than where is my support network going to be? Who is going to be around? Who am I going to be able to ring up when I feel the four walls are closing in on me, or this baby never does sleep for more than 10 minutes at a time and I am going crazy, I'm losing my patience, I'm losing my cool, I'm not enjoying this.
My phone number's on the kitchen, so any problems, just give me a ring, okay then.
Whatever your reasons, going back to work may be a difficult decision. Often it's vital to keep your income, and there's sometimes no other option. However, the cost of childcare may well outweigh the benefit. Whatever your income, child benefit is a sum payable to all parents from the time baby is born. You can apply for it with a form available at your local post office.
That's a good gift.
You may feel really fulfilled and a great sense of identity being a mother, even though you may feel society tends to undervalue your role. Or you may feel that you need to work to give you a sense of identity. It's a personal matter, but as well as your partner, it may help to talk to other mothers about their decisions to stay at home or to go back to work. They've probably all given long, hard thought to their decision, just as you're doing. There are many mothers who felt absolutely certain that they would go back to work after their maternity leave, but then changed their minds during the first few months of motherhood. There are also many who planned to become mothers forevermore, then went back to work within a few months of the birth. Although there may be many who advise or have expectations of you, you will want to make your choice based on your own feelings and situation.
We had various discussions about returning to work or staying with Megan, but at the beginning we had actually agreed that I would return to work after the first baby. We have had a discussion whether I should go full-time or part-time, and ideally I'm hoping to go part-time so I can still spend a bit more time with Megan.
If you do go back to work, the person who looks after your baby will be really important to you. You may choose a relative or a childminder, with someone who's often had children of her own, or even a nanny. Or you may leave your baby at a nursery or a creche at your place of work, if there is one. Whoever you choose, you will want to get to know your baby's carer or carers so that each of you can talk about any problems or concerns and work out together how things should be handled. Inevitably, there will be some differences in the way you do things. Some you want to try to negotiate over, others you may decide to live with. Even if you're perfectly happy with your decision to go back to work, it's often an emotional and stressful time. You have to leave your baby for the first time and get back into what by now can seem a strange environment. It takes time to get used to it. Whichever decision you make, the baby will probably adapt a lot faster than you. As the days go by, your confidence will increase, and little by little, some of the strain will be lifted as your baby learns to do things for himself. Gradually, you'll learn to sit back and enjoy your new family member without having to worry about her well-being every second of the day.
I think a lot of people have this idea about making their child all the things that they wished that they were, and I think that's the wrong reasons to try and push your child forward in life. I think a certain amount of choice should be down to the child.
I think if you take a positive overview and just make your decisions as you go along and see what happens.
Oh, you want him to be sort of a well-rounded character. We don't want him to sort of feel pressurised into particular things. We're quite keen to see him develop his own potential, whatever that might be. And you have to sort of try and understand him, where he's at, which is very difficult because you can't really get inside his head and we can't communicate very well. But I think we do try, don't we, and just sort of stop and think a bit from his point of view rather than always from ours. But it's not easy. You learn as you go along, don't you? And we're going to make mistakes and just hope they aren't too bad.
What is a parent's role? I think a very special person to a new person. It's the nearest I can get. Obviously parents are carers, teachers, lovers, all kinds of things. But I think what's unique about the relationship is that you have dependent babies in order to make independent adults. So it's an always changing relationship. And in a sense, I suppose the aim and objective is to work yourself out of a job.
Somehow as parents you have to find ways of staying on the same side of your baby, making the most of the good bits of each day and laughing at the misfortunes. The intention is simple, to enjoy yourself in your new existence with your baby.
Yeah.
Children can be great teachers, so you could try looking at life from their point of view as well as your own. This can lead not only to a greater understanding of the nature of childhood, but also a clearer appreciation of the real joy of parenting.